Hello my lovelies, this is Candy Cyanide and welcome to my channel. Just a quick kind of disclaimer or whatever. I made this video a couple of months ago when I was very first new to the system. So a lot of the information is a little not 100%, but I made sure to add little notes. Another thing is I did make this video intending it to be pretty short, but unfortunately because there's so much information it is a bit lengthy, so I would do my best to try to timestamp everything. That way you can just jump to whichever section it is that you need to get information on. Another kind of disclaimer is I made this video as sort of a house tour plus the DFS system plus the DLS system, but it was going on for way too long, so I cut a lot of that out, which is why a lot of the editing might seem a bit jumpy, and I apologize for that. But in any case, I hope you enjoy this video and that it's not too overblown and boring for you. Alright, thank you. I'm going to showcase my farm, which I'm super excited about. I've been wanting a garden and a farm for like the longest time, pretty much since I joined Second Life. Like that has been my number one thing. And before, you could have like little items that give you like animations and everything, and sometimes you would just have like static gardens. But now we have DFS, which is the digital farming system, and I'm so excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually plant things and grow things and yada yada yada. And then I went to the store and it was just, oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming because there's just so much more to this than I expected. I was expecting, you plant things and you grow them and you harvest them, whatever. But there's also cooking, you can build stuff, you can sew, you can just a whole mess of things that you could do. And so it was a little bit overwhelming at first. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this video, just to kind of showcase it and simplify it a little bit. Like, no offense to other Second Life vloggers, but a lot of their videos just tend to be, it's like sitting through a lecture, which is understandable. A lot of the stuff is like very technical, there's a lot to it. But like I said, I was going to showcase it and try to make it as not boring as possible and as quick as possible. So recently I bought their starting pack or starting kit, which is only like 500 linden, and it's pretty much self-sustainable. After that, you'll only have to buy a couple of little things here and there, like you have to buy the animal brush to keep your animals happy. But it comes with so much stuff. It comes with 2 cows, it comes with fertilizer, it comes with 2 fields, it comes with the well, which you need so you could get water and for cooking and growing, and also for your animals. And yeah, it just came with a lot. The only other thing I had to buy was the animal brush. And actually, when I first started, I did tell someone that I was a little overwhelmed by it, but they were super nice about it, and they actually gave me like a ton of animals to start. Like I said, I was really overwhelmed by it, and she was like, hey, I have some extra animals, do you want some animals to start you off? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm thinking she was gonna give me like, a couple of cows, couple of pigs, whatever. And she wound up gave me 8 cows, 8 sheep, and like 6 pigs. Like, it is insane. And it adds up. Like, all of that, you can see. And she also gave me pigs food. And that can add up in linden if you were just buying it like offhand. Hey guys, just a quick side note. I just wanted to let you know that all you really need is to buy a male and a female, and after about day 9, I believe, they start having babies, and they have them every couple of days. So there's really no need to go out and buy a lot of animals. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna kind of showcase how to do this. My sheep is pregnant. Oh. But I love my animals so much. They're so cute, especially my piggies. My piggies are so adorable. Look at them. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of showcase like what you can do. Luckily they have like some stuff with them already. These two were given to me, so they're a lot older. These guys were like pretty much 0 years old when I started. So that's why that's that. But anyway, once you get them, they'll tell you the gender, how old they are, their happiness, food levels, water levels, and then how many days before you can collect your product, which would be wool for them. And these you'll just pretty much wait until they die, and then you can slaughter them for meat. And also, you can slaughter all the animals for meat. But anyway, once something happens to them, they change color. And I actually didn't know that this was a thing until I watched another vlogger's video about it, which I'll probably link down below, because he goes really in depth with like everything that you have to do for this system. But like I said, it is very technical and there's a lot to it, so it is quite a watch. You will have to, sit down for a minute. But anyway, you can click them, and then you'll get like settings, which you can pretty much set like the privacy of it. Like if someone was to come down and you didn't want them to mess with this or be able to take anything from them, you could just set it to private, which I have on. Or you could set it to open for anyone to use, or a group, like if you have a family or a group of friends or whatever. And then you can turn the text on or off, and then the sound on or off. You can also rename them, which you can see I have done. And I've named the 2 sheeps Lamb and Chop. I named the 2 cows Milk and Steak, and the 2 pigs Chitter and Lynn, because I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So what this is, protein. You can actually buy animal protein, which will increase their happiness. With the animal brush, the happiest they can get is 80%, which will give you a decent amount of decent quality of meat, I believe. But yeah, if you want them super happy and super quality meat, then you'll have to buy animal protein. But I've heard when your farm is pretty small, you don't necessarily have to. So that's something to keep in mind. And then you can brush them or you can slaughter them, which I'm not going to do because I love them. I'm gonna let nature take its course. So really quick, I'll show you how to brush them. You're going to add your animal brush, and then you're going to click them and click brush. And what that'll do is it'll initialize it, and then you sit on them, and then it'll give you a little animation. Sometimes if you have an AO, you might have to cut it off in order for the animation to play. Like I have to do that with the cows and for the well for whatever reason. But this is just a pose. This isn't going to do anything. To actually get their happiness up, you're going to have to go up here to your HUD and click care. And then you can do it multiple times before she sits up, and then that'll raise it. Maybe it'll raise it. Yeah, there we go. And then once you do your task, she'll get up automatically. And then that is how you do that. The animals, for for some reason, particularly the males, they leave fertilizer every couple of days, I think. I think the video I watched said they do it every 3 days, but as you can see, he's only like 2 days, technically 3 days, because I started this like late at night. But you'll click them, you'll click waste, and then it'll request the fertilizer. It'll disappear, and what you'll have to do is you'll have to wait until you get a prompt to accept it. Don't teleport or anything, because you might end up losing it. And then I'll go ahead and do my piggy as well. Little chitter. And because this is on a server and everything, it will take a few minutes. So just be patient, and like I said, don't teleport away or anything. Oh, you guys don't have food anymore. Let me put you out another hay bale. The sheep and the cows eat hay, so I went a little hay crazy and bought like a ton of it. That way I just make sure I have enough. But when you buy the starter set, it actually comes with hay as well. See, there's my fertilizer. It actually comes with both hay seeds and a hay bale. That way you can feed them without spending a ton of money. Let's bring that up for you guys. And then we got our hay. And like I said, this is just going to be like a little tutorial thing. It's not going to be super in-depth, because like I said, I'm just trying to showcase it. And I actually need to refill my water trowel. I'm not 100% how to do that though. I know I likely need a water barrel. And I also love that they have sound. They have like limited animation, but still really good. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up a video tutorial and figure that out. I also had this little oh yeah, there it is. Yay. And now my animals have water again. I also have this little feed mill, which is you can make food for your animals. What am I trying to say? Yeah, you can make food for your animals pretty much once you harvest your crops or whatever. You can run it through this, and then you got food for your animals. Like I said, it's very, very, very self-sufficient. With the water, you could buy it by like barrels. Like I think you can buy 100 barrels, and it comes with 100 water. But I think it'll be a whole lot easier and a lot cheaper in the long run just to buy a well, if you can afford it, or if you have room for it. Which, if you buy the starter pack, then you're gonna have the well in it, which I think is a really, really good buy. And this is my garden. And I'm actually going to showcase, because it comes with 2 dirt fields in the starter pack, and also fertilizer and all that stuff. I also have an apple tree, which I'm going to put out eventually. I mainly just did this just to try it out first, that way I didn't screw it up, and also for this video to kind of show people how to do. So field, did it res underneath the ground? Probably. That's another thing about this, because it is a skybox and it is it reses seams. A lot of the stuff is gonna kind of be anyway, you just check underground, and then you'll move your dirt field to wherever you need it, which I'm gonna put it right beside here. And I'll probably get a fence eventually. That way it can look a little bit more legit. But anyway, I'm gonna just get this place real quick where I want it to be. Also, I have bad spatial awareness, so I apologize if this is taking me forever. I probably should have had all of this set up if I was gonna do a so-called quick video. And here I am rambling again. But anyway, we got our dirt field here, and we're gonna grow some maters today. So we're gonna res out our seed, which is under the ground, which is fine. I'll get it in a minute. We're going to need some fertilizer. And we're also going to need a water barrel, which I should have a lot of at this point. Maybe I used them all. Who knows? Did I seriously not have a water barrel? Really? Okay, I mean, that's fine. Because I got a well. And to get the well, get the water out of the well, all you would need to do is click it. Oh, I'm not close enough. Yeah, and this, a lot of the stuff is ranged. One for realism, and two, just because of programming. And we want to get a barrel. And then we'll have to sit to start this, to start getting our barrel. And like I said, my AO overrides some of the animation. I guess the older ones are like priority 2 or something. So you just cut off your AO and then it'll give you a little animation. And my avatar is a little short, but actually all this stuff is supposed to be resizable to work with any size avatar. I just have not done it. And I'm actually going to need 2 because I need it for the maters, and I also need it for my my hay seeds here. And then again, it's going to take a little bit of a minute because it's on a because it's through a server, which is like really in depth for Second Life. I really like this system a lot. I can't explain to you all the technical things about it, but it's pretty technical. But I'm gonna leave and then I'll be back as soon as my water barrels come in. Watch it pop up like right now. Okay, we are back, and let me turn on my AO again because I hate that stiff movement. But we got our water barrel. And so we'll come over here. And yep, we got our other water barrel. Yay. And I'm just going to go to my inventory and go to recents because all this stuff is going to appear under your objects. And I'll highlight the water and the fertilizer, and I'm going to put it in my DFS folder. Really quick, a quick note, especially even if you're just starting off, organize your inventory, because the more stuff you get, just stuff you buy and even just free stuff that you get, which I got a lot of when I first started, it will get very cluttered and it will get out of control. Like, it took me forever to organize this, so start early. But anyway, we're going to res out our 2 water barrels. And again, you want the objects fairly close to the things you're working on. So another quick tip is if you have to move an item, try not to close this window. Minimize it if you can. That way you won't have a lot of trouble clicking it like I did earlier with the dirt field. But yeah. So really quick, I'm just going to show you how this works. And like I said, make sure it's in close proximity of the things you're going to use it on. And also make sure it's on the ground, because it actually doesn't work if it's not on the ground, which is great. But yeah, all this stuff is not copyable because it's supposed to be, you know, about realism. So just be careful. So with this, the first thing you want to do is you want to fertilize the field. And it's going to look for the fertilizer. Like I said, if it's nearby, it shouldn't be that hard to find. Once that happens, you want to plant. And we're going to plant some maters. Okay, your seeds are planted, and then you want to water. Another thing I like about this is it has to be done in a certain order, but it pretty much all appears up here in whatever order you need to. And it's gonna find the water, and we got 2, so probably just use this one. It doesn't matter because either way. Well, anyway. But yeah, that's all done, and then you just want to tend. Then it'll give you, you'll have to sit again. And then you got some nice little animations as you sit here and you plant your garden. And like the person that did the most recent video on this system for Second Life's birthday or whatever, I kind of got the how to do all of this from them, because their video was quick and to the point. And she actually said that she uses this before she goes to bed to kind of relax, which I thought was so neat, because I actually use Second Life to relax as well. Like, I have very, very bad mania, and it just kicks into overdrive when I'm trying to sleep. And so I'm just anxious and sitting there and I can't breathe and everything. So this really helps. Not only does it take my mind off things, but it's kind of nice to have this, I guess, visualization of a happy place, or just a calm place, serene place, or whatever. But yeah, she'll do this, and you have the percent right here to let you know how close you are to being done, and yada yada yada. And she'll automatically stand up when she's done. Okay, and we're back, and our plants are planted, and that shows you the growing time and you know, how long before you can harvest and everything. It says 4 days. I thought tomatoes were only 2 days. I may be wrong. But anyway, yeah, that's just kind of the basics of farming when it comes to the DFS system. And I'm gonna take care of everything else later once I finish this video. Let me explain this really quick, this HUD. I don't know everything, so don't really quote me on that. Like I said, I'll link the tutorials down below. With the digital farming system, you do have energy points, which anytime you do a task, whether you're taking care of your animals, tending your farm, it takes energy. Basically, you have this button which will give you your stats, and it'll tell you how much energy you have, how much animal experience you have, cooking, crafting, farming. I don't have farm experience for whatever reason. I don't know. But I did just start. So anyway. And for your energy, you can drink water or you can eat food that's actually a part of the system. And then the more you do stuff, the more experience you get, of course. And then you have this, which is settings, which will turn the sound on and off, or the text on and off. And the text is like, it appears over your head, I believe. Oh, no, this is like the local chat. So like if you do something and you're around other people, then it'll give you a text notification. Hello everyone, and welcome to the last section, which will be about cooking. Also, I am using a different program right now, so I apologize for the low volume, but this section will be short, so it shouldn't be too bad for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to res out my ingredients, which for this recipe would be tomatoes and water. Very simple. And also this comes in the starter pack, so you don't even have to worry about making your first harvest in order to do this. So I'm just going to res this on the ground, and I will be right back. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, you do need to res out your actual cooking equipment, which in this case would be the stove. Also, this isn't the only stove available. They do have different types to fit whatever decor you have, including invisible ones that will fit with anything. This is just the one that comes in the starter kit. All your ingredients rezzed out, the next thing you're going to need to do is find the actual recipe. The recipe will be on the DFS website. I think it's digitalfarmingsystem.com, just that simple. I'll double check and put it in the description. But you're going to go on the website and find the recipe for whatever it is you're trying to make. Luckily, everything is in alphabetical order, so they're pretty easy to find. And they also have a search function with them. Recipe, you're going to go to your DFS HUD, and this is very important. The ingredients have to correspond with the numbers on the HUD, and also you want to make sure you click the actual HUD number before you click your ingredients. And when you click your ingredients, you want to go to cook in the main blue menu. Don't go to eat, because that's just going to use up the ingredient. Either way you do it, you're going to use up an ingredient. Just make sure you use cook, that way you can actually use it in your recipe. This one's pretty easy. It's 2 tomato, 3 tomato, and then 8 water. And once you have that, you're going to go ahead and click on your appliance. That little menu is going to pop up. You want to just exit out of it. That's just to resize it. And it should give you a notification that is cooking a certain recipe. And that's how you know that you had the recipe done right and that it's starting. And it'll give you a little countdown, and all you have to do is wait for it to finish. Once it finishes, you're going to go ahead and click on the appliance again. Again, exit out of the blue menu, and then it should initialize the server to send you your product. And again, be patient, because this is over a server with a bunch of users in it. And again, whenever you cook, please always make sure that you press the actual HUD number before you click on your ingredients to cook. Otherwise, you will lose it. I cannot stress this enough. And that, my friends, is the long and short of it. Longer than expected, but a lot of this stuff is stuff I had to kind of learn through growing pains, so I thought I'd just share it with everyone and make it as quick as possible. The last thing is to consume it. You just have to click it, and then on the blue menu, click eat. It'll disappear and your energy meter will go up. And that's it. Remember, if you have any questions, just always go to the DFS group. Everyone is always happy to help. And I hope I didn't bore you all too much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Bitch, if you want a burger, eat a burger. Bitch, if you want a french fry, eat a french fry.